Before I got into doing these vlogs, I would sit down for hours Googling and researching on what's the best video equipment or lenses to get, or looking up YouTube reviews on what's the best lighting equipment or the best microphone to get. Like, I would spend hours and days on looking at this stuff, and one day I just got sick and tired of it and had a one-on-one with myself trying to figure out, why do I do this? And that's what I wanted to sit here and talk to you guys about. Just fucking doing it.
You know we headed to the top.
Over the span of 12 years, I've gone from multimedia specialist to rapper, producer, audio engineer, to web designer, web developer, to marketing technologist, to associate director of development. So if there's one thing I do know is the daunting task of starting a new project, starting a new task, or learning a new skill, or even starting a new job. Every one of those new endeavors started with me obsessing about the gear that the pros use, or romanticizing in my head about what happens when I make it, or just trying to figure out what the workflow of the pros were so that way I can adapt it myself. I would find myself spending all this time on these small details and not getting any actual work done. And most of the times I had everything that I needed, from skills and the gear, to actually get the job done. After a solid one-on-one with myself, I came up with 3 reasons why I would do this. The first one was fear. See, I feared that people would see my work and think it was lame or whack, or see me as trying to pawn myself off as a pro and that I was a fraud. A lot of people call this one imposter syndrome. See, when I post a video or launch a website or release a song, I'm putting myself out there to be judged by the world. And these things are an extension of me. And just like Erykah Badu said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. So when I hit play for a friend on a video and they say, "So what you think, man?"
It's cool.
Okay. Just cool?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you know, ain't the best YouTube video, but I mean, you know, it's a good start. You're in the beginning, so it's dope, man. Good shit. I'm looking forward to the next one.
What I actually hear is, "So what you think?"
It was really bad. I don't know why you called me over here to see this video. You know, there's like billions of people on there. Probably like 3 billion videos on YouTube are way better than this one. Don't you have like a family and a daughter?
Yeah.
If she ever sees this, she's probably not gonna respect you. This was 5 minutes and 21. I'm never gonna get that time back. What were you even talking about? Who cares? You know what you did wrong? Probably you don't. I think I'm gonna go. Okay. You take care, man.
Okay.
You take care. I appreciate it. All right.
The solve for this one and what I had to start doing is to remember my why. See, why am I doing this? Is it for the fame and the glitz and the glam and to be liked by everybody? Or was it because I actually enjoyed this and I wanted to share that joy with the world? See, if you're wrapped up in the glitz and glam and trying to appease everybody, then yes, you're gonna be focused on what people think and say about you. But if you really love this and if you're actually doing it for the enjoyment and the love of the art, then forget what everybody else says. You're just gonna go ahead and do it. One thing that definitely helped me was reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That book helped me to rethink what I saw as success. I'm gonna put the link below so that way you can read it yourself. The second was perfectionism. See, I needed everything to be perfect. The perfect camera, the perfect mic, perfect light, the perfect system to edit these videos on. Truth is, perfection is not easily attained. Fuck that, I'm trying to be nice. Perfection is impossible, okay? It's not possible. The goal is to do the best that you can with what you have and to progressively get better over time. You think that LeBron James grabbed the ball and scored 61 in his first game? No, he didn't even do that in his first NBA game, you know? It took time. He had to practice. He had to learn more. He had to gain that experience, you know? As a creative person, I have a vision for what my output should be that's based on inspiration that I've gathered from pros in the industry. When I feel like I haven't reached that level of quality, then I stop and I just figure out how can I get that level. Using pros as a benchmark of what's possible is great, but when you begin to obsess and it cripples you from doing anything, you have to stop and rethink what you're doing. The solve for perfectionism is just stop, breathe, and understand that you have to allow yourself to get better. That expectation thing, you have to drop that. Give yourself time to grow. You're going to grow as long as you keep at it. The second piece was to do the actual work. Like, the only way to get better is to actually work at it. If you go in one step at a time and work on it every day for like 3 months, at the end of 3 months, you're gonna be that much greater. The last reason was simply procrastination. See, the longer that I watch Casey Neistat, Anna Akana, or LaGuardia Cross do their thing, the more that I could push off doing actual work, you know? See, I have this theory about the mind. So the body's goal is to maintain homeostasis. So if a foreign object enters into the body, then white blood cells begin to attack that thing in order to get it out, so that way the body can return back to its normal state that it was in before that foreign object entered the body. That's called homeostasis. So I feel like the mind has the same thing. When you start thinking of trying to do a new task, learn a new skill, start a new project, that's a foreign thing entering into your mind. And so the mind's goal is to maintain homeostasis, so it starts throwing things at you so that way it can maintain that current state that it was in before this foreign object entered into its body. So procrastination is one of those things. One way I got over procrastination was to start to break my tasks off into smaller chunks. See, if it's a big task that you're trying to do, it's gonna be harder for your mind to wrap around doing. But if you start breaking it down into smaller chunks, then it's a little bit easier to get things done. By the end of 10 tasks, you find that you've done so much more than what you ever would have done if you try to just do this one big thing. So if you find yourself wanting to start a new task, a new project, or learn a new skill, but just can't get that motivation, stop and breathe and just do it, you know? Rewind this video, listen to it a couple of times. Sitting around dwelling and obsessing and researching and procrastinating is not gonna get you anywhere. You have everything at your disposal to do what you need to do, whether it's the skills or the resources. And if you don't have the resources, then do the best of what you can with what you have right now. I guarantee you, you're gonna be all right. It's your boy Doug.